Oh, Lord. Excuse me if I'm burping. I went to Target and I got this drink. I like Target's sparkling waters. I like sparkling water. And I was like, oh, I haven't had one in a while. So let me get one from Target. So I went to Target and got one. I just sipped it. And the fucking shit is unsweetened. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's peach and I think orange. And I was in like this fancy looking bottle. I'm like, oh, we're going to have a good little sip for sip while I do the podcast. Welcome to the Dare Show podcast, but we're not because it's unsweetened. I didn't even know they made that shit. So this is like flavored tonic water. Wait, no. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I'm sure it'll probably be good in like a drink or something, like a cocktail or, with some alcohol. So, what's on the list today? How about we turn the air on because it's a little warm all of a sudden? Brandy and Mariah. So, Mariah did this masterclass thing. I guess I think her thing was like surviving the industry or something like that. And so she, you go, you talk, how you create the music, your experience, or she was talking about how she created music, her voice, samples, working with samples, songwriting from the heart, stuff like that. And so then they had like this one part where she was like, okay, let's actually do a song. I didn't like this situation, Mariah and Brandy. So Brandy tagged along with Mariah now we all thought, now correct me if I'm wrong, either this was the project they were working on or they have another project that they're actually going to work on. Like I thought for like Mariah's album. Like, please tell me this is a lie. Like, please tell me Mariah and Brandy, this is not the thing that they did. If this is the end product, this goes back to my theory of Mariah does not work with female artists in creating original music. Okay? It goes back to my theory because in this situation they did The Roof, which was reimagined, remade. I didn't listen to the finished product because I don't have time for this. Somebody said that they did not. I forgot who I was listening to. Some podcast or something. They were talking about that they did not hear Brandy on it. So that even gave me a more reason not to want to listen to it. The Roof. Mariah has a plethora of great songs. A plethora of entertaining songs. The Roof is just not my favorite. It's not like, ooh, I need to go listen to The Roof today, baby. No, it's not popping like that. The Roof, when I think about The Roof, I really don't. I try not to because, first of all, I don't even know what she's saying in it. It's a lot of like mumbling. It's a cool song at the end of the day with the Mobb Deep sample. She didn't even know that the Mobb Deep sample was Quincy Jones and like Beethoven or somebody. And then they like sped up they slowed down Quincy's thing and then added this other element in. But the other element, I don't know what they were talking about because I'm like, I've heard this song many of times when I'm listening to Butterfly. I love Butterfly. I love all the songs. Butterfly has great background vocals. It's a personal song. It's a great song. It has like a great feeling to it. She could have done so many other songs. My All doesn't have backgrounds, but I love the backgrounds that she added, 25 years later to My All at that last tour, the Caution Tour, at the like tail end of the Caution Tour. But anyways, The Roof, it's just not that entertaining. I think because maybe it's like the only song or one of the only songs that's really Derek Jeter specific, and that, has brought up all this hype being around Derek Jeter. I think that's really interesting. I mean, I think that's the only that's the only reason why. Otherwise, I wouldn't have chose the song. Mariah's still not making new music with, female artists. It's just a bunch of noise. So, I wrote a bunch of noise. She was like mimicking instruments and notes, and it's just like over and over and over. It's like, I can't take it. I can't. It's like, do ba da ba 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 da ba ba. Okay, now do ba da ba da ba ba da ba ba. It's like, no. We're not doing this. We are not here. I am not about to listen to this shit over and over and over. That's why I kind of want to watch it, but then I watch some parts, but I didn't watch the whole thing because we're not doing that. Anything else I want to say about The Roof? Hopefully this is not, like I said, hopefully this is not the end product. Hopefully we have an actual song that they collaborated on, or somebody wrote. Oh, I was going to say, she was even duped into singing, When You Believe with Whitney, because the dude was like, oh, well, we got Whitney doing it, and then they have Whitney doing it. And so he went to Whitney, he was like, oh, we got Mariah doing it, and he didn't have Mariah doing it. So he had to like dupe them into singing the song. Who did the better job on When You Believe? I don't know. Some days it depends on what day it is. I think Mariah does great. Live, Mariah isn't, the best live singer. But Whitney can't hit the whistles. Whatever, I don't care. I really don't care. What's next? So this week I had like this epiphany. And I was like, I feel like The Boy Is Mine, maybe Say My Name even, were like the first videos I watched as a kid. But Brandy really had a chokehold on my, little childhood. Moesha, the Brandy doll, Cinderella. She was my girl. And somehow I came across this. Oh no, I think I was just looking. I don't even know. Mekhi Phifer. Okay, let me tell you. Let me set it up. So The Boy Is Mine video, I was reminiscing and thinking, like, The Boy Is Mine video is so vivid, and it had such great, it was like the most amazing video and the most pleasing aesthetic video to my young eyes. Like, it was the beautiful black women. It was the neutral tones of the video, the colors, with a pop of a pop of color. It was like white in there, some other colors, some pops. It was just so beautiful, and the neutral tones complemented their skin tones. The hairstyles, I think, were probably my favorite. Monica's hairstyles were so cute. And then Brandy's braid hairstyles were so cute. And then, chocolate, delicious skin, Mekhi Phifer. Just the beauty of the women themselves, and then the lyrics, and then like the direction and the sideways cameras, the different angles of the camera it was entertaining. It was beautiful. The rivalry that I did not know about was going on was so, you felt it. It was great. They really acted or not acted it out really great. The song, the song itself is a great song. Think you had enough. Had about enough. Even though I love The Boy Is Mine, The Boy Is Mine is iconic. The Boy Is Mine is a moment in history. I don't know the words. I do not know the words to The Boy Is Mine. But that's not what I'm here for. I did not finish writing down what I was talking about. The boy is mine. Anyways, so Mekhi Phifer, he was talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer. I think that's the video, the movie they were about to do, him and Brandy, and he was Brandy's love interest in the movie. And so they were like, hey, Makai, we're about to shoot this video. Would you like to be in Brandy's video? He was like, sure. So that's how he got casted. Yeah, for some reason they brought up like, he was promoting something, and for some reason they brought up, oh, would you do it again or something? He's like, no, I'm married. I'm happily married. There's no point in me doing this. Which I'm like, okay, he's married. Like, why is that a question? And why is he answering this? Anyways, I found that funny. What else is on my list? The verses. Let's talk the verses. BB and CC / Mary. I didn't like what Mary 1 was wearing. Erica or Tina. I mean, they look okay. It's like Erica had like this giant, gorgeous, couture looking jacket on. But then, shout out to the people, the gospel artists. I mean, dedicating your entire lives to Christ in that way is pretty admirable. And not wanting to, well, I mean, you kind of get a little free. These days, you kind of get a little freeway with the type of music you put out. Like, it's not all 100%, oh, Lord, hallelujah. It's a little, oh, Lord, hallelujah. It's a little bit of that in there these days. I didn't like Tina's jacket, and then like she started to take it off, and it was just like this blank ass top. It was like nothing interesting underneath it, so I didn't like that. Tina's giant, suit jacket on with her giant hat. I didn't particularly like that, but it was cute. It was whatever. Cece looked like a pile of gold dust. A pile of gold glitter. Why can't I talk? BB, he had a very nice jacket on. BB, he had a very nice jacket on. They didn't know the words. BB or CC didn't know the words. I really didn't care. I found it funny. Like, at this time, in my life, I'm finding more things funnier than not. And you just have to laugh. It's funny that they don't know the lyrics. I'm not, nobody's shaming them. It doesn't. Some people were complaining. Am I having a stroke? Oh my gosh. Some people were complaining. No, I'm just tripping because no, something's wrong with me. Anyway. So BB, see, they didn't know the words. Some people were complaining, but I'm just like, it's not that big of a deal. These songs, I believe, BB and CC have not, been together for a very long time. Over a decade. CC, she just won 3 Grammys alone. Like we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. She just won 3 Grammys. So, she ain't really studying these BB and CC songs. She got her own catalog to worry about these days. And BB, BB just put out an album. I think featuring those Korean boys. What did I overall think about it? It was cool. It was cute. It was fun. I forgot to watch it. Like, I wasn't going to watch it, but then I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll watch it. I wasn't doing anything on Easter. I was supposed to put out, a little Patti LaBelle review of her gospel. Whatever. I still have a Flame review I need to do. Okay, maybe I'll do that. But I think Flame come out in the fall. Or did Flame come out in the summer? I think it came out in the fall. Most of her albums come out in the fall. But anyways, I wonder what that was about. Child, I wish Patti could remember stuff because I would just dig into her brain. Wait, this jacket. I thought this jacket was, oh my gosh. I don't know where I thought that jacket was. Okay. it was cool, the verses. I wonder who's next. They said there was some more people coming, but I don't know who was next. In my opinion, as a, a 27-year-old, I thought I was 28. Wait, no, I'm 27. No, I'm 28. I'm 28. I mean, I'm 27. Excuse me. I'm more in tune with Mary Mary than BB and CC. I think BB and CC are like 80s, 90s. Which, that part, I don't think they were, maybe because they were like the, gospel duos. That part probably was why they got chosen. But other than that, I don't think they are contemporaries. No, they're not contemporaries at all. Yeah, so anyways, in my mind, Mary Mary has the hits, baby. But people really love BB and CC. I did not know that. Not that, I'm calling them, nobodies. I didn't know, as, people were, like, BB and CC are probably like my mother's genre, age group. And Mary Mary, I'm walking, I'm walking. Get up, it's a break time. Get up, got a lot to do. 24 hours. Those are, I think Mary Mary was like one of the, breakthrough artists, contemporary artists that came through and was just like, boom, slap, work it back. Da 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 da. Here we go for Jesus. We got Jesus back. Boom, slam, work it back. Whatever. I want to go to the Chromatica ball so bad. Like, I don't even know what to do. Also, I want to see Carrie Underwood. Oh, we'll talk about Carrie. Oh, let's talk about Carrie. So Carrie, Mary Mary. They, were like the first to come in and shake up the industry a little bit, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, let me know if I'm not mistaken. They came in and shook up the industry a little bit with their music and the contemporary music. Their voice is a little annoying. But anyways, what I took from this was Erica led most of the group songs. And BB, I don't know if it was like by CC not knowing the words, but BB and Erica, they kind of, started most of the songs off. And whoever starts the song off is the leader, according to Beyonce. Crazy Angels by Carrie Underwood. Oh my God. I'm so glad I'm not glad in the helpings of Carrie Underwood get a number one album. Because she deserves the success she gets, because I keep saying this shit. She is consistent. She delivers. Carrie Underwood, Crazy Angels. I'm so glad. I'm not glad that I pre-ordered my album. Thank you, Target. Oh, it was like $2 off on Target last week. I was like, okay, Target. I don't know. I don't really care. It was like $13. Carrie Underwood. What was I saying about Carrie? She deserves. Oh, I'm like, where am I gonna? I have a CD player in my car because I have like a ancient car, thanks to the dude that sold me it. But other than that, I don't know where I'm gonna play this album at. Maybe I'll go to my grandmother's house because she has a DVD player. I don't know. But Carrie, yesterday night or this morning, something, gave us a preview of a song called Crazy Angels. And when Carrie gets in the zone and she be belting and she be singing, it's going down. It's going down June 10th. I cannot wait. I was like, oh my gosh, is she about to give us another? I didn't even read it all because I think I was half asleep. And she was like, you guys, I was like, oh my gosh. And she about to give us another song, Jesus, another song. I can't take it. I haven't even gotten over. Then a man runs the hands. I'm not even over that. And so I read it again. She's like, you guys, on Friday, I'm going to give you another hit. Go and look at it. So we'll talk about that next week. Crazy Angels was definitely giving, like, somebody said early album vibes. Definitely giving early album vibes. I cannot wait She was like belting the lyrics. There was a pause. I'm so excited. I'm gonna take a quickie and I'll be back. Okay, so the song of the week this week is Bliss by Mariah Carey of her Rainbow album. And in her masterclass, she was talking about how backgrounds, how she loves doing backgrounds. Like she'll do the backgrounds before, sometimes even before she'll do the lead vocals. And I was just like, what? How does, how the hell does that happen, Mariah? But anyway, she's like, the backgrounds, they can bring a mood up, they can bring the song down, enhance the song, make it more ethereal. And for some reason, when she said ethereal, I instantly thought of Bliss, which is like this incredibly sexy, ethereal. I think, sometimes that whistle note is ethereal. And I feel like Bliss kind of is the song that everybody, Bliss and Angels Cry are like the only two songs she's ever done where she just, nothing but the whistle notes. And there is, Angels Cry. See, Angels, ethereal, Bliss, this sexy, ethereal, and enchanting song that, she's created that definitely helps that mood. It brings it together. And I find that so incredible. So yeah, go listen to Bliss. It's on her Rainbow album, and it's sort of a deep cut in a sense because nobody really talks about it. I did not know about Bliss probably until maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Nobody talks about Bliss. What's next? Luther. So Mariah also did talk about Luther. The reason I'm saying Luther is his birthday is today, and for some reason, I was watching this chat, and they were talking about Luther. They were talking about a plethora of artists, and Luther came up, and somebody called him a messy bottom, and I was just like, people also found they were talking about Luther and his hominess, and how Patty quote unquote outed him years ago when she was like, she confirmed he was gay, but he didn't want to come out because of his mother and then his fans. People still have an issue with that, and I don't. I'm just like, first of all, the dude's not here anymore. It's over. Like, it's over. Nobody cares. She was one of his best friends. One of his biggest fans. One of her biggest fans was him. I don't know how much she knows about it. Like, were there men in his life at all? But in terms of just confirming that, making it clear with everybody, I don't find an issue with that. I don't. He's not here anymore. Like, what does it matter? Just keep this shit a secret all the time and keep guessing and keep speculating when somebody says it. Also, she's not the only person. I think definitely in Craig Seymour's book, The Life, the Longing of Luther, or Luther, the Life, the Longing, whatever it's called. His biography, I think his only biography in a sense. It talks about that. It talks about that in his book. So I don't know. You guys are just annoying and find anything problematic. But anyways, you gotta laugh. You gotta laugh. Not laugh at that, but you gotta move along. Luther, speaking of Mariah and her masterclass, which I probably should have talked about, but happy birthday, Luther. It's his birthday today. Or yesterday. I forget. Luther, she talked about Luther and how he told her, you have a special voice. We have, they both were background singers, started off as background singers, Mariah and Luther. And he was like, you have to take care of your voice. You have a special voice. They both had like that whistle, airy tone to it. You have to take care of your voice, not be in smoky rooms, not be around smoke. Don't smoke. Use humidifiers. And Mariah was like, sometimes I have to remind my people, or they have to remind me to use the humidifiers. And I'm like, Mariah, how do I remember that you use humidifiers but you can't remember to use humidifiers. I find that so funny and so irresponsible. But anyways, because I remember Mariah had this room of nothing but humidifiers in it, and she was sleeping. And she's like, "This is where I sleep when I have to go perform." And like, remember when she was like, the dates on her tours, they weren't back to back to back to back all the time because she had to rest her voice. Whatever, Mariah. Anyways, so shout out to Luther, shout out to Mariah. Also, it also confused me why she, maybe because she, for the money, but why would you go to Vegas when, it's dry heat? It's not like humidity, like the islands, like the Capri and Jamaica that you talk about. It's dry heat, and, even Celine Dion was like, they had to build humidifiers, so they had to build this casino, this stage, so it can protect my voice. So I'm just like, why would she go to Vegas unless she needed the money? Okay, whatever. Well, not needed, but let's make some money. The Real. Let's do this. Okay, because this is my second time recording. The Real got canceled. And Loni Love had made a couple of statements. One of them I don't have, but I do remember. But this one she says, with the news of The Real ending, I had to console a lot of crew and fans this weekend. What the fuck? What does that mean, Loni? You gotta console people? Loni acts like she's like the creator. Oh, maybe she was. I think maybe she was one of the first people. But she acts. Loni's annoying. Her personality is annoying. It's just like, nobody asked you for all of this, Loni Love. She had to console fans and crew this weekend. I've been in this business for a long time and understand it, but it still warms my heart that so many have reached out to me. We still have new episodes until June 3rd. There was also this other statement she made where she talked about how The Real, COVID canceled The Real. They had she was like, we done so much to save the show or switch the show around, and they had two new hosts. One new host, Garcelle was a new host, replaced Tamara. They had a new host. They had to make a stage out of a conference room or something like that, and then they had to they would do 8 shows a day. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Why are you doing 8 shows a day? And from a COVID standpoint, I'm thinking maybe 8 shows a day would be let's let's do a certain amount and then take a break, go home. I don't know. I know Rachel Ray does 8 shows. She does 4 shows, 5 shows a day. And I think that's because Rachel has other jobs. But in terms of COVID, I'm not sure what 8 shows a day does. Besides give you a shit ton of work to do. That's a lot of work. 8 shows a day. COVID killed The Real. I think not, Loni. I think the lack of entertainment, I think the lack of great hosts, in a sense, killed The Real. Because The Real was kind of in people's mouths in the beginning. And then Tamar left. That gave it even more hype to see what they were going to do next. And I think they were riding high. They won an Emmy. So I'm like, The Real COVID costs, possibly. Because that's why a lot of TV shows do get canceled after a certain amount of seasons, is cost. I think the TV show Mom, they were like, Mom got canceled because of the, keeping up the cost of the show, which I never thought about. Maybe payment? I don't know. Payment of the people, probably. I don't know, but COVID did not kill I don't think COVID killed the real. I think it was, y'all, nobody's watching anymore. Even though y'all won an Emmy, which is like, once you win a Grammy, your next. Once you win a Grammy, you get a like enhancement. You get money. I don't know. That's weird. It's weird. And I'm like, there's so many shows that have thrived and kept going. The View, Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson. I think during the pandemic, Kelly started. There are shows that have been birthed out of the pandemic, but this show you want to blame on COVID. Not my thing to fight. So, anyways, let's end the show with Michelle. I'm so excited, Michelle Williams. You did great, girl. Wrath, the 7 Deadly Sins story from TD Jakes on Lifetime. That whole trilogy, whatever you want to call it. She did great in it. Her acting, Michelle, you did incredible. Her acting was great in it. Her acting was better than the extras, who I think have done more acting than her. In the first 5 minutes, her acting was incredible. It was real. It was like Michelle navigating her way through this character, and I feel like I think Michelle, probably used some of her past experiences, her life experiences in this character, and in the story. It was great. She did fantastic. I can't wait to see what's next, because Michelle really was a great actress in this. I wasn't shocked, but I was impressed. I was very impressed, because I'm like, okay. Miss Tina Knoll was also in it, which is so cool to see. Tina did really, really good. Tina, I don't know why they didn't give her a bowl for her, onions and tomatoes and her salsa or whatever that was. I don't know why they didn't give her a bowl. I don't know why. Tina just threw this gun at Michelle. Like, here, girl, take this gun because you're going to need it. From that crazy white man you're trying to get away from. Oh my God, that man was crazy. Oh, okay, wait. A little bit of the stunts I think could have been a little bit better. But other than that, yeah, that man was crazy. And then Romeo, my God, today. Little Romeo. Wow, what a man. What a man. Romeo. Wow. Go watch Wrath if you don't know what I'm talking about with Romeo. Also, Michelle, during her, oh my God, the compound that, her parents lived in, I was like, where is this place at? Because I'm like, where did they shoot this movie at? Because this is a fantastic compound. Like, it looked like it was like a 3-story house on the beach. And it was just gorgeous, a gorgeous glass house. It looked like nobody lived in it. But anyway, I remember she did one interview and she talked about, she was in Vancouver. I'm like, damn, I got to get out of America because first the taxes, baby. Woo. Yeah. Secondly, that house looked gorgeous. I think I want to get out. I think my next trip I want to go to Canada and check out Canada. If I can just get over the airplane anxiety. So on her Breakfast Club interview, which was so funny, Michelle Williams, they told us that she was a investor / co-owner of a WNBA team. And I'm like, I didn't know this. And it started about 17 years ago. I think it was 2006. The statement article is still up. Announcement article. The team is called Chicago Sky, and they went to whatever finals, playoffs, whatever they go to. And so they had asked her, I think maybe a couple times, but I know once. But they had asked Michelle, which the interview was so good. It's so funny, so enlightening. They had asked Michelle, had she made a return yet? And she was like, she was accentuating her answer and letting it all. I feel like Michelle is very honest. She's very open and she's very honest. Excuse me. And I feel like she did not make a return. She has not made a return yet on this team. Because I feel like she would have said yes if she didn't. If she did. But instead, she kind of was like, wow, that was 17 years ago. I cannot believe it. We've been on this journey for a while. Can we move on to the next question? I was just like, okay, maybe she did it. Because I feel like if she did, she would have said yes. And I feel like saying no would probably be shady in a sense. Like, she hasn't made a return, and it's been 17 years, and these women are working hard, and nothing's really profiting. I kind of feel like that. Let's ask Matthew, because Matthew Knowles is also an investor. It's Matthew, Michelle, and 2 other people. Matthew Knowles, he'll tell us. Because Matthew is just that kind of guy. I wonder if Michelle and him talk a lot in terms of this situation, this investment that they have together. Because I was shocked. I was like, oh, Matthew's in it too. That's interesting. Because, he was she was the first to kick him to the left out of all 3 of the ladies. In terms of, as manager, she was the first. Also, Michelle, that Unexpected album is so good. I do wish people would stop asking her about Destiny's Child. I'm glad they didn't in The Breakfast Club. It would be cool if she did a song for this album. I mean, a song for the movie. That would have been really, really cool. But shout out to Michelle. You did great. Shout out to Lifetime. That was a good moment. I hope they give her more. She says she has more acting coming up. I do hope. Let's give her the little Kelly Rowland, trilogy special that they've given Kelly. I think that would be so cool. Her acting was really great, you guys. I was very impressed, like I said. Thank you so much for listening to the Dare Show podcast this week. Go make sure you check out Bliss. Tell Mariah I sent you. I can't wait for Crazy Angels to come out later this week, or probably tomorrow night. The Dare Show podcast is available on YouTube. Thank you for subscribing. I got the community post thingy. I don't know, either way, if you're subscribing because of the Dare's information I've been putting out, or for the podcast, thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. I want to try to do a live podcast. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I want to try to do that. Yeah, I'm on Spotify. I'm on YouTube on The Dare Show. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Google Podcasts, other podcasts. I'm on Anchor, which is where I originally make my podcasts. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for listening. And I'll be back next week where we talk more whatever's on the mind.
And I have this fierce single that Sammy McKinney and these little guys put together, baby. I got a single that'll make you jump up and dance. And if you can't dance to that, you got a hole in your soul, okay?